everyone, and welcome to our Power Hour. Today, we are going to be talking about educator training. I'm Robin Eisen, and I am the Special Projects Manager here at Young Entrepreneur Institute. And I am also the Education and Partnership Manager over at YIPPEE. And I just wanted to welcome you to our Power Hour. Sorry, combining our music today, Almost Summer, which some of you kind of recognize, by Bill Thorpe, and our opening question, what are you reading, can tell us what, or at least it lets you know what's on my mind, and that is summer with this wonderful weather that we're having here in Ohio. And I hope if you're joining us from other places that you're feeling like it's getting to be summer too. Summer is a great time to read books, and frankly, I needed some good summer recommendations because I just finished The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. I don't think I saw that in the suggestions, but I do recommend it. It's a really good book. But I'm going to take my next book from one of your suggestions, and hopefully there's a couple good ones there. The Book Thief, Loved, Night Circus, Culture Code. I think I'm going to have a good list of books to read, so thank you. Summer is also a great time for a little bit of professional development. We have some great program opportunities to learn about, from general information to contact hours to even graduate credit opportunities. These program opportunities cover all grade levels and are worth spending some of your time and YIPPEE points on this summer. Today, we're going to be learning about some great opportunities. One of them is from BizInnovator, and Dawn Bolus is going to kick us off with her program from the Jacobson Institute at the University of Iowa. Joni Weber will then explain their professional development opportunities based on their book, Who Owns the Ice House? Lindley Fernandez will be telling us about VentureLab's educational opportunities. And then finally, Dr. Annette Krakowski and Karen Sunderhaft will be talking about opportunities from the Kent State University KEEP program, as well as the Kent State University graduate program. Just a couple quick reminders. We are recording this, and information, all the information and slides that are shared today will be sent to you via email so that you can have them. So feel free to listen. You don't have to take notes. You can if you want, but we will be sending you information. Also, feel free to ask as many questions, jump up, raise your hand, ask questions in the chat. We do have people from YEI who are going to be monitoring or help monitor the chat function today. And I think that's it. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dawn with the BizInnovator program. Dawn?
Hi, thank you so much, Robin. And I loved that music intro. It made me feel like the next song will be School's Out for Summer. So let's hope
I almost chose that.
We're almost getting there.
Yeah, I thought it was a little too early.
My name is Dawn Bolus, and I'm the director of the Jacobson Institute, which is here at the University of Iowa. I am going to share my screen. I've got a slide deck. Give you a little bit of information about the Jacobson Institute. Last year, our BizInnovator Startup curriculum program was used in 42 states and 9 countries. So although we're, housed out of the University of Iowa, we really are working with educators all over the country to try to help create that next generation of innovation and problem-based learners, problem solvers. Okay, so let me just jump right into it. I'm going to take the opportunity to shamelessly self-promote both of our programs. Our Kid Innovator program is only a curriculum package. There's no professional development at this time, whereas our BizInnovator is both a curriculum toolkit and professional development program. Both of these items are available on YIPPEE, and I'm putting the link out into the chat so that you should be able in the chat to see both the YIPPEE link as well as the Jacobson Institute link to these different products that you can access. So Kid Innovator is geared for upper elementary and middle school. It's really meant as kind of an exposure, an early stage exposure for young people. And then once students are in the high school level, BizInnovator Startup takes them on a deeper dive into the entrepreneurial process with a focus on problem solving via an entrepreneurial lens. What we know is that entrepreneurship and these types of skills are really developed kind of like playing the piano. The first time that you do it, you're not that good. But if you have opportunities again and again to practice and develop these skills, the most important thing that comes out of that is for a young person to develop their confidence in their own abilities. So that by the time they're going out beyond high school, we hope that they have the confidence in themselves when the opportunity arises that they could move forward as an entrepreneur. And we know that they will, whether they're an entrepreneur or not, they have to be ready to be a problem solver. So within Kid Innovator, it's turnkey, it's a project-based curriculum, and it really focuses on innovation outside of the box thinking. The students would have the opportunity to solve problems through entrepreneurship. I'm not going to spend much time on that, but I thought it would be nice for you to know. The cost of that would be 150 YIPPEE points or $129. And inside of this slide deck that I'll send out, you'll have both of those links so that you can use your points or you can use your actual cold hard cash to purchase and license that if you're interested. I thought it would be nice for you and for me to see the reviews that are coming on YIPPEE. We only have one review on YIPPEE from Kayla Thomas, giving it a 5-star rating, and I really like the fact that she's chiming in and saying it's easy to use and easy to navigate. Jumping over to BizInnovator Startup. BizInnovator Startup, again, is an entrepreneurial curriculum with a professional development program. Educators can use the curriculum without going through the professional development, but teachers that choose to do the professional development tell us that it takes them on a deep dive and helps them get prepared to get the most out of the curriculum so that they can develop a plan for implementation to really leverage those resources. It's a full curriculum, so there's 65 hours of engagement for students. It's all hands-on, it's student-centered, and the professional development is a companion with that curriculum. So if you decided that you wanted to do the professional development, you as an educator can earn up to 3 graduate credits that would go on to a University of Iowa transcript, and you could take that along with you. In addition to that, once you complete that professional development and build BizInnovator Startup into your classroom, your high school students are able to then earn college level credit that they can transfer wherever they end up going to college, whether that's a 2-year or a 4-year. I thought, again, that it would be nice for you guys to see some of the reviews. I marked these 2 educators out on our review pages that have gone through the professional development. So these 2 is kind of what they're sharing about it. Our PD rating with 1 is at a 5, and our 6 reviews is at a 4.3. What I can tell you is that everyone has, all 6 of these, 5 of the 6 have given it either a 4 or a 5, and the one person that gave it a 2 had an issue with getting their curriculum set up. We have since helped them, and I'm hoping there's a way to mark that as a resolved issue or get a new updated review from that teacher. Our professional development sessions, the next one that starts is this summer on June 11th. We'll have 10 sessions between June 11th and July 27th, and we'll meet in the morning, Central Time. So kind of over that noon hour. In the fall, we meet, the fall and the winter, we meet in the evening. What this means looking forward is that an educator that would select this option could go through and get certified and be able to offer that college credit offering to their students within this coming school year. So if you're teaching in the fall, you could opt into either the summer or the fall session. And by, end of November, December, those students could be sitting for a proficiency exam and eligible to earn the college credit. If you're offering it in the spring, you'd have all 3 of these options that would work for you to be able to make that opportunity happen for your students. That's the end of my slide deck. I will hit the stop share button, and I'm happy to let Robin kind of help me to either take questions now or wait till the end.
Well, I think we should take questions now if there are any, but I just did have one comment about the reviews. And I think one of the reasons, and correct me here if I'm wrong, Don, but one of the reasons why you only have one review for the Kid Innovator is it's much newer.
Yes.
It's a relatively new program that you developed because of the success of the other program. Is
Right.
that correct?
Yes. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
We haven't pushed as hard with that program either. And kind of a sneak peek for you all, the project that we're working on this summer is to weave invention into both of those curriculum resources so that it becomes a package deal. Your entrepreneurial classroom can be a home for the inventors as well.
Excellent. Okay. Well, with that, we'll pause for just a quick second in case anybody has questions for Dawn before we go on to our next presenter and our next opportunity. Any questions out there? I don't want to go too fast for anyone. Okay, I didn't see any in the chat, but if there were and I missed one, someone please just chime in. And if not, Dawn, thank you so much. I think this is a fantastic opportunity for educators. I know a lot of educators who wrote those reviews and they are truly, singing your praise. So
Thank
I
you.
recommend it.
And thanks to YIPPEE for this opportunity.
Oh, sure. Okay, on to our next opportunity with Joni Weber and Who Owns the Heist House.
Thank you, Robin. And thank you everyone for being here this afternoon with us. So I am Joni Weber, the Director of Training and Operations for the Entrepreneurial Learning Initiative. And as Robin mentioned, we are the publishers of Who Owns the Ice House, 8 Life Lessons of an Unlikely Entrepreneur, as well as the corresponding Ice House entrepreneurship programs. As an organization, we also lead a lot of professional development workshops and trainings for educators all over the world, really. And our primary training offering that we have, I'll kind of talk about that first as it relates to what we're developing currently for the YIPPEE platform. But we have an intensive month-long online entrepreneurial mindset facilitator training. Then you meet once a week for 4 weeks, and then there are activities in an online platform that you're completing along with that or throughout. And it is a very intense program. So what we're developing for the YIPPEE platform is more of a self-paced, just set of video recordings that touch on some of the things we talk about in our more intensive training. So namely, that is going to be a lot of the research and evidence around the benefits of entrepreneurial mindset education for students, as well as a lot of focus on creating entrepreneurial learning environments in your classrooms. So the things that you can do to really foster those mindsets and that thinking in your existing class. So that's something we're currently developing. Also, I just wanted to mention another offering we're working on adding to YIPPEE is not professional development related, but curriculum. So the Who Owns the Ice House book is an available resource on the YIPPEE platform currently, and we've gotten a lot of great reviews from that. A lot of people enjoy incorporating it into their class, and that comes along with a book discussion guide. This other thing we're developing is essentially a toolkit that expands on those 8 lessons and provides some additional e-text videos, classroom assignments, reflection activities, in-class activities to expand on some of those concepts within the 8 life lessons. So for those of you that aren't familiar, the 8 life lessons are the power of choice, recognizing opportunity, taking action, finding knowledge, creating a community, the power of persistence, resourcefulness, and building a brand or reliability. So those are the life lessons, and this curriculum toolkit we're putting together. If it's great add-on, if you're an educator that already has gotten a classroom set of the Ice House books, if you want to kind of do more with that beyond the book discussion, these will be great resources and activities for you to incorporate. But even if you're not using the Ice House book, the content we are creating will be relevant for your class also. So within the power of choice, some of the sub-concepts, or one of the sub-concepts that we're pulling activities for, is vision and persistence. Grit is one of those sub-concepts. So there's an activity focused on grit. So those are just kind of a high-level overview of what we're working to develop and what you could expect to see as different offerings on the YIPPEE platform soon.
Excellent. Joni, I have a question before we open it up to anyone who is listening, and that is, can you let us know again if people are not in an area where YIPPEE points are accepted? And I will go into YIPPEE at the end of this after all of our presenters today. But if people are not in an area where YIPPEE points are able to be redeemed for products, YIPPEE won't be able to make a match. How can they get your resources?
Yeah, absolutely. I will throw a link in the chat to our website, specifically our that intensive training I was talking about, but I'll also post the book page for Who Owns the Ice House. The book discussion guide is just a freely available resource for download there. And then, of course, you can purchase the books on our website or through Amazon as well. So yeah, I will throw some links here in the chat right now.
Okay, and excellent. And before we go too far, can you also state one more time what the grade range is that you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Who Owns the Ice House book itself was written at a 5th grade reading level. So the corresponding activities that we're creating to go with it, I would say, would be great for middle school, but also up through high school, because they're really focusing on student success and how applying an entrepreneurial mindset really is relevant regardless of whether or not you actually want to start a business. Can make you more successful in your college path, also in any career. So book 5th grade, I would say the content activities, middle and high school, and then the professional development will be for educators themselves.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Before or while Joni is typing in all of those links, and before we go on to Lindley, is there anyone that has any questions here about the Entrepreneurial Learning Initiative and their opportunities for professional development that are coming up? Okay, well, thank you, Joni, for sharing those with us. I know many educators, especially in the high school, who have utilized this book for a variety of reasons, including entrepreneurship, but also career development and history and just, general reading, lots of different things, lots of overlaps with this particular entrepreneurial mindset book and skill set. Lindley Fernandez is here today to talk about VentureLab's opportunities. And before she talks, I'm just going to verify that this is K to 12, Lindley, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Great question. Thanks, Robin. Super exciting to hear about all these opportunities. I'm excited to look into more of these as well myself, and just have this diversity of really helping kids engage in entrepreneurial learning, which is also what VentureLab does. My name is Lindley Fernandez. I am a program coordinator as well as a certified trainer for VentureLab. And I will drop in afterwards some links, give you some time to look at Joni's links first. But at VentureLab, our mission is to create the next generation of diverse innovators and change makers by making entrepreneurship education accessible to all youth. And we know the vital role that educators play, how important you are to not only the academic lives of the students you're serving, but also the personal lives that your students are doing. And so something that VentureLab has created to support you in this journey is the Entrepreneurial Mindset course for educators. This has now been added onto YIPPEE. And it's available to those who do not have access to YIPPEE yet. I'm gonna try this. We're gonna do like a 1-minute try to see if I can share my screen and show a quick video about the course. And if it doesn't work, you just get to keep listening to me describe it. But
So
here we
far, so
go.
good.
All right.
Why do you choose to work in education? Has it been a dream since you were young? Was it a path you discovered later in life? However you came to be an administrator, teacher, mentor, whether full-time, part-time, or volunteering, your why is probably the same as ours. It's the youth, the young ones, the teens, and the in-betweens, all those that we guide on their journey of self-discovery and learning. We know that a student's success is greatly influenced by you, the educator, and you are most effective when you practice what you teach. So be the one that adapts to change. Creatively use your resources to solve challenges. Persist through failure to learn. Be confident in your abilities and have the courage to take risks and try new things. Join the growing number of educators that are bringing the mindsets and skills of entrepreneurial education to their youth and to their practice. Do it for yourself. Do it for your students, because they are the why that we're all here. You are an entrepreneur.
Awesome. Hope that gave y'all some warm fuzzies. Really quick, this is just a couple of reviews of educators that have gone through the course. You can read Jeremy. He completed the course and it really helped him to make sure his mindset was aligned with what he was trying to teach his students. Also, if you go through our course, there's this thing we do called fail and nail. And how impactful it is for both students and teachers. So really practicing what you're helping your students to want to learn is the emphasis of this course. And a little bit more about it, it gives you 12 practical strategies to improve your entrepreneurial mindsets, thinking around growth mindset, courage, adaptability, creativity, and more. And it's for anyone. So you don't have to be someone that works directly with the kiddos. It can also be for administrators, site coordinators, any of the above. And I wanted to just share a quick little real-time piece. We're currently facilitating this course with a cohort of diverse professionals from around the country. And some of them are working on personal challenges like time management or emotional regulation. Others have chosen to work on challenges focused on creating highly engaging curriculum. And we're meeting with them each week. And these professionals are really excited to share their progress in the course each week of how they've applied these different entrepreneurial mindsets into their specific challenge. And just last week, one of our peeps, they expressed how this course has really helped them become more self-aware and develop better techniques when meeting with and training their staff. So I just think it's really fun to be in this cohort, to do this and see in real time that it's helping. This can be a great resource to schedule out, to work together in teams as you're preparing for summer or fall implementations. And VentureLab is happy to help develop a schedule that works for you and your team. Or if you are like, I don't have a team to do this with, if you would be interested in being in a cohort, you can also reach out to us. And we're always trying to put together cohorts of like-minded individuals. And this course is available on YIPPEE for 200 points. So it's a $200 value if you were to go to the website and purchase from Teachable. But if you're not in a region that is currently using or able to use YIPPEE points, because you're on this call, if you email me, lindley@venturelab.org, we will provide you with a coupon code so that you can have access to this course at no cost. So
Okay.
I am, right? Isn't it so awesome?
Really nice. How long is that good for, Lindley? And I ask only because I know we
question.
have a lot of educators who watch this recording because they're not able to come at this time. And I just want to make sure that when they are watching this,
I
that the
know.
coupon is good for X amount of time.
Ooh, great question. Scott and I did not discuss that before, but
Okay.
I will double check with him, but I think we could keep it up for the next at least couple weeks. I'll see if we can keep it up for the month. And then I'll email you with like a specific date if that's okay.
That would be great. And if we could get that date before we send our email out that includes everyone's slides, at least it can be written in that.
Yes.
And the people who signed up who know that they're not able to make today at 4 o'clock, but watch it later will receive that code when they get the email also. So that would be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure. So I just dropped in the chat my email address where you can find all of the VentureLab resources on YIPPEE. If you're looking for this course, it is under Entrepreneurial Mindsets for Educators. And then again, we also have additional free of no cost VentureLab resources, and you can just click that last link and that will take you to other things that VentureLab can provide. But thank you so much for letting me share our resources, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Power Hour.
Thank you so much, Lindley, and thank you for that kind offer of making sure that the educators are all able to purchase this today for joining us in this YEI Power Hour. The last but not least presentation that we have today is from Kent State University with 2 different programs, as well as an educator who is helping us, one of our educator ambassadors, Karen Sunderhaft. I would like to introduce Dr. Annette Krakowski, who can explain all of the Kent State University offerings.
Great. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Robin, for the opportunity to be here today. We're really excited for the partnership that we have with YIPPEE and with YEI, particularly for this professional development opportunity that started last summer. And it really all sort of builds from what we've learned about YIPPEE since it was launched. And that is that YIPPEE is transformative in 2 ways. One, in terms of content. And so the content that there's tremendous resources, as you've already learned from a couple today that were shared, but the resources on YIPPEE that continue to grow engage students with real world experiences that are authentic, interactive, and so really have the potential to transform their learning, not just for entrepreneurial thinking, but really across the curriculum. YIPPEE is also transformative in terms of community. So just as the content resources are growing on the YIPPEE platform, there's also this growing learning community. And it really started back with our trailblazing ambassadors like Karen, who adopted YIPPEE early on and learned to use specific resources within the platform, but created sample exemplar lessons that they could share with other educators. And that became a really powerful opportunity for those who are just getting acquainted with entrepreneurial programming to really develop an understanding of how the resources could be used across the curriculum and really to work towards specific learning goals for their students. So that community continues to grow, and that really frames what this professional development is about for this summer. We have 3 options for you, and there's a slide here that Evan can click through. And I'm also going to share in the chat the URL to the website that we have for the professional development. But essentially, it's developed to be very tailored to your needs and your interest in your time. Again, there's 3 opportunities, all offer an opportunity to earn YIPPEE points, and then 2 of them offer the opportunity to earn contact hour certificates. All are free opportunities, with the exception if you want to pursue a graduate credit hour, then that is there is a tuition fee for that. But starting with the first option, you can earn YIPPEE points just by doing a product review. So our hope is that you'll spend some time going into the platform, and if you use a product, you'll do a quick product review. Doesn't take a lot of time, and you can earn 100 YIPPEE points. Those will be added right to your YIPPEE account. Another option is to do what we call a lesson plan reflection. So in addition to the ambassadors like Karen, many teachers starting last summer started developing lesson plans around how they're using some of the YIPPEE products within their own curriculum. And so those lesson plans have been uploaded to YIPPEE, and you have an opportunity to look at those lesson plans and receive professional development credit for reviewing a lesson plan. So essentially, you would earn 100 YIPPEE points and 1 contact hour, but it's just a quick sort of reflection where you would essentially address 2 questions. You know, what did you think about the lesson plan in terms of, did it generate some ideas for you in terms of how you might use it, how you might use these products in your own curriculum? And also, we'd like you to think about and share how you would adapt the lesson plan to meet your own learning goals and the needs of the students in your classroom. There's a rubric that you'll see that will guide you through the information that needs to be in the reflection. And if you meet the rubric requirements, you get the 100 YIPPEE points deposit into your account, and then Kent State will issue you a continuing education contact hour certificate for 1 contact hour. The third option is you would create your own lesson plan. So again, you have the opportunity to earn 100 YIPPEE points. Because this is more time intensive and involves more work, you can earn 13 continuing education contact hours, which are free. Or if you opt to, you can pursue a graduate workshop credit hour. That's something you would have to register for. And so it requires a tuition fee to earn the credit. It would appear on a Kent State transcript when you're done with the project. So whereas option 1, you just go online and do the product review, options 2 and 3 do require Kent State registration that you can find in the link to that I put in the chat. You just register for 1 or both options, and then you'll also have links to the rubrics that guide you through both the lesson plan reflection and the lesson plan creation if you opt to do that. The lesson plan project, part of the requirement is that after you submit the lesson plan for review, then the lesson plan is uploaded to the YIPPEE platform. So, and then we also have that requirement for the reflection. So again, these are just really 3 very simple professional development activities. They are asynchronous. You do them at your own pace. The registration is ongoing, so you can register at any time. The graduate credit hour is the only thing that requires a timeline in terms of registration. If you want to earn the credit hour for this summer, you would have to register before the summer ends, and we would have a deadline. Otherwise, you can join with options 1 and 2 at any time. If you're not pursuing the credit hour for option 3, you can also join for that at any time. We're also going to share another opportunity that's available. It's called our Keep Academy. But Robin, I wanted, yeah,
I was
I
going
want
to
to check with you
go
before we
on.
move on to that with questions.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because I want to make sure these are, while they're both offered from sort of the general Kent State University, I want to make sure that they are separate offerings so that we're not confused. So this offering is the Kent State University's PD opportunities, and it comes in 3 parts, as Annette has clearly outlined here. And it comes with an option of contact hours or graduate credit, or nothing. You don't have to opt for any of that. It's really a flexible program. And I want to emphasize that it's all about lesson plans for products that are available on YIPPEE. And anyone can do this from anywhere in the country because we have about 5 pages worth of 0-point products that anyone can purchase, including one from VentureLab. And there's lots of other ones, but I'm just mentioning that one because Lindley is on today. So I just want to make sure that that is clear before we move on to the next opportunity. Are there any questions here?
I just want to point out too, Robin, you brought up a good point. It's these are opportunities are accessible to anyone, anywhere. So you'll notice in the rubric when you're creating your own lesson plan, and even in the reflection when you're discussing how you would implement or adapt that lesson plan for your classroom, we do ask that you point out specifically what state you're in so that we know what curricular learning standards you're drawing from. Any other questions?
It doesn't seem like there are questions. So let's move on to the second opportunity from Kent State.
Okay, I'm going to put another URL in the chat. And this is to what's called our Keep Academy. And it actually started locally here in Northeast Ohio, a consortium of schools who came together to create some professional development in the summer for their teachers. And it's really based on the notion of teachers teaching teachers. So the sessions are all led by local educators. We have Karen with us today, who's going to be sharing a session on YIPPEE. There is a cost, but if you want to check out the URL, the cost is pretty minimal. It's $50. But anywhere, anyone, anywhere can jump in. There's some in-person sessions here at Kent State, but most of the sessions are, we have recorded sessions that you can access asynchronously. There's also some book studies across the summer that you can join in on. So there's themes of wellness and social emotional, and also technology integration with an emphasis on artificial intelligence. So lots of opportunities there. We're excited because one of the sessions is going to focus on YIPPEE. So for those of you that haven't had an opportunity to really take a guided deep dive into the platform, Karen is, there'll be an opportunity to do that with the Academy. Karen's going to be sharing on YIPPEE and also sharing the lesson and units she's developed with the platform. So it's an opportunity not only to explore YIPPEE, but really to sort of be guided into the whole process of how you would develop a lesson plan with these resources. Everything from targeting learning goals to the workflow of the lesson. How do you measure the impact of the lesson on your students' learning? So just taking that one session, you can earn a contact hour certificate that would be issued to you from Kent State. So Karen's here and can share a bit about her session and the lesson that she's going to be sharing. And we can also take some questions before that if you have questions specifically about the Academy.
Karen?
All right,
There?
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
there-
I just
All
wanted to
right.
make sure there weren't any questions for Annette, but that was perfect what Annette said. So I'm Karen Sunderhaft. Excuse the mess in the background. We're remodeling our kitchen. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Got to keep my eye on the prize there, so that'll be good. But what Annette said is perfect. The opportunity through my session is going to be asynchronous, so other teachers from anywhere can explore what I will be sharing, but really it's an opportunity to do a deep dive, as she said, into understanding the YIPPEE marketplace, because I have lesson plans created around some of the wonderful things that I've been able to get using my points through the YIPPEE marketplace. For example, I've had speakers have actually even purchased from Joni the Ice House books, and so that's been great. We also have had speakers, New Jersey power speakers came in to speak to my students about persuasive speaking, which we've used a myriad of different ways. I'm an English teacher. And then the lesson plan I'm going to highlight coming up will be, we used some awesome opportunities, something called, it was from the CEOs of Tomorrow. It's the Impactful Creations, the launch of a classroom gummy bear business. And so we used that in conjunction with a resource room, which is 2 doors away from me, and an opportunity to first have students who have intervention specialists work with students in my room and create a peer buddy relationship. And we use the vehicle of the Young Entrepreneurial Institute's gummy bear launch through the CEOs of Tomorrow to have a little gummy bear business and work on making those together and then selling, advertising, pricing, and then using our profits to have a little party together, which would again foster the opportunity for interaction between our 2 groups. So we hit a lot of different things in what we were able to do. And the beauty of YIPPEE is that it was 300 points for the initial package, which came with the molds, Jello boxes, bags, labels, everything I needed, and a beautiful, very user-friendly business plan for the students to understand how to make and market a business. And this really hits, I teach 6th and 7th grade, but it really could work for grades 3 through 9. And then they had another opportunity for just 150 points for me to get any refills, like the Jello, any of the consumable products that I needed to keep it going, because I have a study skills class that I did it with, and I have a different set of group of students for each of the 4 semesters. So I was able to, with just 150 points, many of the things shared today allows you to garner some points to get started and hit the ground running with that. So I highly recommend taking advantage of any of or all of the things that have been shared here today. And you could do a little pieces and parts of all of it, but somehow we were all connected together.
Excellent, Karen. So just for clarification, what you're really talking about though is getting and working with the Keep Academy to earn contact hours for educators to learn really how to use YIPPEE and create lesson plans like you have created.
Exactly. But it's
Okay.
such a nice
Oh,
connection
I think you're freezing.
because it's focused on the Keep Academy. But
Is she Karen, I think you're breaking up a little bit and you're frozen. Maybe
if you look at the
Karen,
lesson
Karen, I'm gonna stop you and just ask you maybe to change and don't have your video go. And then maybe that'll have more bandwidth here. Because it has been completely garbly-gook. I think you're having some bandwidth issues perhaps. Right, well, Karen is completely frozen while she works that out. I am going to you're still frozen, Karen. Karen, you're still frozen. I'm gonna ask you to
my internet
Karen, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off and I'm going to introduce Evan Ewell from the Young Entrepreneur Institute, who is going to talk to us about a couple other things that are going on over at YEI. And I will try to circle back to Karen to see if we can get her insights, but she was just breaking up too much there. Sorry, Karen, but Evan, let's go on to you.
Hi, everybody. First, I want to say thank you to all of our wonderful speakers. That was a ton of great information, and I appreciate hearing about everything, and I know all the educators do as well. In terms of YEI announcements, we are, as I'm sure you can all relate to, kind of entering the stage where we're winding down for the school year on our major events. But there's one thing that I'm super excited to announce, which is that our Ohio Pitch Challenge, which I'm sure you've all heard about, has officially come to a close, and we've gotten over 1,600 entries judged by a bunch of wonderful volunteer judges, and we're excited to announce that the final winners will be announced by the end of the week. So we will have a showcase with all of those wonderful student pitches on our website, and you'll see another email from me kind of going over some of the highlights of the program, some of the recap numbers, and pointing you to watch all of those videos. So I will pass it back to Robin with that, but keep your eyes out for the official announcement by the end of the week.
Excellent. That's exciting, Evan. Thank you. I'm going to see if Karen is back. Karen, are you still there?
I think she got disconnected from the room.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say she was having some major problems there, but luckily we got the bulk of what she was saying. And I think she was just adding some extra information. But I think you know, the idea of what Keep Academy is and what Kent State University is offering both through their professional development programs and through the Keep Academy were pretty clear. So I wanted to just really thank everyone again for coming today. I am going to ask Evan to drop the survey into the chat. We do appreciate you coming, and we really appreciate you filling out the survey. We would like to know, you know, how we did, what we can do better, and what you would like to hear about in future Power Hours. So please take the time to fill that out. Also in the email that goes out at the end, after we've been able to download this recording, there is a code for extra YIPPEE points for you. And Evan, if you could drop that in also, let me see if I can. The code is MAY1PH for May 1 Power Hour. If you utilize that code on YIPPEE, you will get an extra 100 points, and that code is good for 1 month. Before I go into YIPPEE, are there any questions for our wonderful presenters today? And thank you all for taking the time and to present today and to share the great learning opportunities that our educators have for summer, which is finally here, or now through next year, next school year, I should say. Are there any educators who are joining us as participants who have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, I'm going to quickly go over YIPPEE in case there are people who are on who don't know about YIPPEE. I won't be long, but that is all you're going to miss if you decide to, you know, exit our Power Hour now. But if you are going to hang with us, I'm going to talk about YIPPEE and how YIPPEE is a marketplace, an online marketplace, where educators earn points that they use as currency to purchase entrepreneurship education resources for free, but they're not really free. They're funded by our fantastic sponsors. The sponsors make it so that YIPPEE is like an educator getting a grant, but without any of the paperwork. All of the products on YIPPEE have an entrepreneurship education focus. So they are all about entrepreneurship and the mindset and the skill set that students learn when they practice entrepreneurship. Products range from everything from field trips, curriculum, books, author visits, educator training, like we talked about today, curriculum, entrepreneurship, speaker stories and lessons. And all you have to do is go to yippee.exchange to register. And I am going to, let's see if I can quickly share my screen unless someone has a question. Any questions? Okay, I'm going to quickly share my screen and take you to the website. Always so slow when I'm on Zoom, I apologize. So to go to YIPPEE, because I think it's easiest to understand YIPPEE, come on. By seeing it, oh, sorry, it's so slow that it's now taken me to might be having the same problems Karen had. When you come to YIPPEE, we have 3 pages that kind of explain what YIPPEE is, sort of like what I went over. A couple things. It is a true marketplace, and our metrics are going to come up real quickly. It is a true marketplace. So we have multiple storefronts, many different products, lots of educators, lots of orders, and lots of student impressions. This is where all of the wonderful people that you heard from today all have storefronts on YIPPEE. So you can see that they're all about educator training. Many of the storefronts have other products too, but we do try to provide a marketplace, a true marketplace. We currently have 71 storefronts with over 193 products. And I'm going to move up. And I'm going to sign in. So if I don't have an account yet, you hit create an account and it walks you through creating accounts. But since I already have an account, I'm just going to sign into my educator account. Whoops. To show you how easy it is. Oh, it's the wrong one. Sorry. Robin Shaker. The great thing about YIPPEE is you get to decide what kind of products you want. The product providers get to decide when and how they want to offer the products, and the sponsors get to decide what and how they want to sponsor. When all three things match, a order is available or an order is matched, and YIPPEE will allow the order to go through. So if you happen to be in an area where there is funding, you can get any kind of product you want from 0 points to 300 points. If you are in an area that does not currently have funding, you can get the 0 point products. So once you have your account set up, you can go right up here to the shop function. And this is the heart of YIPPEE. This is where you're going to be able to look at all of the different products that are available to you and decide what you want. And I'm sorry, it's a little slow when it's on when I'm on Zoom. You can see here that we have 193 different products. This top carousel are just the 70, they're the logos of all the 73 different organizations that we work with. And then real quickly over here, you can sort these 193 different products by the grade level you're working with, by classroom time, delivery method, categories, which I'm going to sort by. Today, we were talking about educator training, so I'm going to sort by educator training, just as an example of how you would find some of these products today. You can also sort by the skill that you're looking to sort of enhance, as well as an alphabetical listing of storefronts and lesson plans. In addition, if you come over here to the sort, just as an FYI, you can sort by point value, high to low or low to high. So if you're in an area that we don't currently have funding, you can sort by low to high to find out what the 0 point products are that you are able to purchase on YIPPEE. You can go by rating, and you can also go by newest. So we were able to get the 193 different products down to 27. You can then kind of take a quick look through these and decide which ones might work for you, and see that we do have a bunch of different educator trainings, not just the ones that were mentioned today, but we do have 27, I think, that had some information on it. These are kind of a random sort, so it ends up being equal for everyone. Here is the BizInnovator one, the one that Dawn reported on. So let's say you were interested in this for 300 points, you would click on it. And this comes to the product page. If you wanted to purchase this and you already know about it, you just click get this product and you have now purchased the product. The grant is yours. There's no waiting for an approval of a grant. There's no reporting on the grant. This is yours. There has been a funder who has said, yes, I will support educators who want this product, and the match is made and boom, it's yours. On the product page, they're all set up the same way, where you can look some more pictures. You can look at the product details that are sorted or sliced by this particular product. You can look at a better description of the product. If there have been lesson plans submitted, if there have been questions and answers, and then of course, the reviews that people have given. If you like this product and you want to see what more this organization offers, you can come back to the BizInnovator storefront page. I'm sorry. Yes, the BizInnovator storefront page. And here, all storefront pages are set up the same, where there's some general marketing that they do, contact information, how you get in touch with Dawn, missions of the organization, and then all of the different offerings that are available from that organization. It's not sliding down, but there are 3 different offerings there. All of YIPPEE is set up the same way, in that VentureLab would have the same opportunities and the same kind of storefront page. It would just have their materials and their offerings. Same with Kent State University, and same with Joni's organization. So they're all sort of set up the same way, but just with different information. If you are having issues, I am more than happy to meet independently with any educator to talk about what will work best for that educator and how to make YIPPEE successful for you. So with that, I am going to see if there are any last minute questions, comments, or concerns. We do hope that you utilize YIPPEE and this wonderful opportunity, or the wonderful opportunities that were presented today for both general learning, contact hours, graduate credit hours, some really fantastic ways to really learn about entrepreneurship and make entrepreneurship easier to teach in your classrooms for the summer and for next school year. Any questions? Anybody want to, did I miss anything over in the chat? Okay, well, it's exactly 5 o'clock. I would like to thank you all for joining us today, especially our presenters. I applaud you guys, all of you. Thank you for your time and for sharing your resources. And I hope everyone has a great evening. Evan, if you want to